Guys, I don't even know where to start with this video. I don't even know what to really say. I haven't planned anything. But I guess the first thing I'm going to say is I am back. To anyone that did notice, I've been gone for about 6 months. I needed to take some time away. Again, I don't know if you guys follow me on other social media platforms and saw what happened over the past couple of months. But yeah, something really traumatic, something terrible happened, and I just needed to take some time away from... I feel like with Instagram and TikTok, it's a lot easier to kind of put up a shield, and it's a lot easier to hide some of the emotions that you feel. Whereas with YouTube, I feel like it's a lot more vulnerable. I feel like if you're going to come onto YouTube, you've got to be real. You've got to be yourself. And I just didn't feel like I could be that person. And also, I feel like I am a really joker, playful, happy person. And I certainly didn't want to come on here and be sad. And yeah, I just didn't want to be kind of coming on here and crying and being emotional, because that's just not who I am. And that's certainly not what today's video is going to be. I don't want to come on here and kind of go back on all those emotions that I've kind of gone through. But anyway, I'm going to head downstairs and get a coffee, and then let's talk about what happened. Does anyone else, when they're boiling the kettle for like a tea or a coffee, turn it off before it clicks? I hate a boiling hot tea or coffee. I just feel like you can't drink it for like 5 minutes, and when I want a coffee, I want it now. I don't want it in 5-10 minutes. Anyway, so yes, I guess kind of I do have to take it back a little bit. To anyone that doesn't know, because I haven't posted it on YouTube, I think I posted something about grief on YouTube on my shorts, but I haven't really spoke about what has happened on here. So you may have seen on previous videos that I had a dog called Carter, my little Chow Chow. He was only 4 and unfortunately passed away. God, we're going back nearly 5 months ago now. So yeah, I don't want to go back over everything that had happened, because I've worked on being happy again. I've worked on, I've worked on feeling content with what had happened, or feeling settled again. It was quite a traumatic experience that happened. I was in London and I never came home with him. So I guess, I mean, it's quite a hard topic to talk about, but that's the thing with grief. No one really teaches you about it. No one ever tells you how you should feel. No one tells you how you should act. It's even hard for other people. No one tells other people how they should deal with someone that's dealt with grief or going through grief. And it's something, unfortunately, we all have to go through. And for me, I've been really lucky to not lose anyone that has been close to me. So I've never dealt with grief before. So when Carter passed away, he wasn't just a dog to me. I know that I had kind of a mixed, no one was mean, but on other social media platforms, it was just kind of an instant like, get another dog, get another dog. And the thing is, like, that for me wasn't just something I could just do, because Carter was not just a dog to me. He was like a human being. He was like my best friend. He was here every day with me when I worked from home. He had such a great relationship with my friends and family that he cared, or everyone cared so much about him. I'm going to go and sit down anyway, because I feel like I'm going to get a bad back standing like this. And as I said, I need this coffee. So much better. So yeah, I was not someone that knew how to act, and it came out of nowhere. It was so unexpected that I kind of just went on a downward spiral, and I just felt incredibly sad. That's probably the best way of putting it. I just felt in a dark hole where no one could pull me out of it. And when it happened, I honestly thought I would never come back out the other end. However, I know this is so cliche, and this is something a lot of people said to me, and it kind of went straight over my head. Time is definitely a healer, and I think it doesn't erase the memories that I had, but you have to move forward. You have to continue with your life, and that is what Carter would want as well. And I had some incredible memories with him. We did so much together. So yeah, I think he definitely had an incredible life and he was loved by so many. But that is why I've taken some time out of YouTube, because I just didn't want to come on here and either be fake and try and be happy when I wasn't. And I also didn't want to come on here and just be sad, because it's just going to pull everyone else's mood down, isn't it? So yeah, we're 5 months on. We've just had Christmas, which was really hard because it was my first Christmas without him. There's always, I think the first year after losing someone or something is always the hardest, because it's always the first anniversary, the first birthday, the first Christmas, the first, do you know what I mean? It's always the first something. So I'm sure kind of this first year is still going to be tough when it's kind of the anniversary of when he passed away or his birthday. But I do feel like in a much better place from where I was. And we have done some amazing things to in memory of him. I did kind of a memorial lunch for Carter, and it was crazy. I had more people at his memorial lunch than was at my birthday. Like, more people wanted to come and celebrate him and his life and memory and remember him, I can't even get my words out, than my birthday, which just shows how loved he was. So yeah, now a big question a lot of people, let me show you first before I kind of get into am I getting another dog, which is a huge question I've been asked so much, so I thought I might as well slip it into this video. One thing I want to do with this video, sorry I'm chopping and changing, as I said, I didn't really plan on what I wanted to say in this video or know where it's going to go. I just wanted to sit down and have an open chat. But one thing I wanted this video to be was not closure, but after Carter passed away, I was posting on my Instagram like posts about him and remembering him, which is what I want to do. He has his own Instagram account, so I'm still going to keep his legacy going. But I kind of kept popping it into conversation. And what I feel like I need to do for myself, now we're in a new year, is kind of close this story off. So not for myself, I still have memories of Carter and I still talk about him in jest, but I will still talk about him, but I feel like I need to move forward now and start a new chapter. So I feel like this video for me, even though it's kind of, I'm back, in a way it's moving forward for me. I just wanted to show you, I know that this is really sad, but when it all happened, it's kind of like all thrown on you at once of like, what do you want to do? Because he was in a vet's in Belgravia in London, which is where he passed away. And I kind of didn't know what to do. In the end, I went to pick him up. I wanted to see him at peace because before I'd seen him in pain when I took him there. And I wanted to bring him back home, and then we had him cremated. So I have actually I'm not going to show you because that's really weird. I have his ashes up there with a little picture on the shelf. But one thing I do want to show you is I got my parents, let me go and get it. My parents got me this beautiful, bear with me. Let me just check. This is still focused. Ugh. Yeah, my parents, when he passed away, he was so close to them as well, and they wanted to get me something that I could take to any home I live in to remember him. And this is absolutely stunning. I will link the artist down below in the description box. She doesn't just do pets, she does any piece of art you want, but she's incredibly talented. But this, I thought was so special. What it does have is within it little messages, like little words that I used to call Carter and other people used to call him. Someone called him Fido, someone called him Leon, someone called him Lion, I think it's Leo there. But yeah, I thought this was absolutely beautiful. I haven't put it up yet, just because we're actually going to buy a new house. We've decided that we want to sell mine and Matt's house and buy a house together. start again another new chapter. So there's a lot going on this year. So that's why I felt like I might as well come back to YouTube, because there's baby gonna probably be happening this year, moving house, and then what leads on to, am I getting another dog? Now, as I said, this was a question that got thrown at me pretty much straight away. Why don't you get another dog, get another chow, rescue a dog, adopt a dog? Like, yeah, I got asked several times like what I was gonna do. And obviously when you're going through a grieving process, is this even recording? Sorry, I got worried then, because I was like looking at the screen and the red thing wasn't flashing. I was like, have I just been talking to myself for like 15 minutes? Anyhow, when you're going through grief, like some people, and I definitely did have an urge for this, is go straight out and try and replace what you've lost with something new. And I definitely did get that straight away. I was like, I need another dog. I was born to be a dog dad. I can't be in this house without a dog. And that is where my mind went. However, Matt, my partner, is a little bit more calmer than me. And even though he agreed the house just didn't feel the same, it didn't feel like a home without Carter, it was Carter that made the home, not the dog, like not a dog. So we didn't want to just kind of try and replace Carter. And I also felt like Carter deserved the respect of his own time, of like mourning him before just rushing out to get another dog. However, I do agree that might work for some people. I know for some people, grief is not something that you everyone doesn't deal with grief the same way. So whatever feels right for you, you have to do. So I agree that might be right for someone else, but I just knew with myself, if I was to go straight out and get another dog, I would just look at that dog and say, you're not Carter. And I would still be sad because I miss Carter. So I took some time. I've kind of gone over it and over it. I always knew in my head, obviously I wanted another dog. Sorry. I'm sitting here chatting away and I'm never going to drink this coffee, and then by the time when I do, it's going to be cold. I always knew I wanted another dog, but the kind of question for me was not wanting a dog, it was what dog. Because I didn't want to just rush into getting another chow chow. I also didn't know if I wanted another chow chow, and kind of taking time to think about the right decision for you. And that is what I did. And we came to the conclusion that yes, we will be getting another dog this year. I think where we kind of threw moving house into the mix, we are selling our houses. So maybe having a puppy in a house that you're trying to a house you're trying to sell might then smell of a dog. So obviously it's best to keep it smelling fresh and keeping it looking new, rather than things being nibbled or poo stains or wee stains, you know. So we felt like let's do things gradually. So we're looking to move house first, and then once we are settled in a new home, we're going to get a dog. Now, in terms of the breed, my mind does, I'm not going to lie, still go back to a chow chow. But I think what happened, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but I can't kind of shift that feeling of what happened. Like, it was very traumatic. Sorry, I keep saying this, but then I'm not really going into detail. There is a little bit over my Instagram, if you want to go over to Instagram and find the video. When it happened, I spoke very briefly on a talking video about what had happened, but I do feel like I need to move on from that. So I keep saying, sorry, what happened, and then not explaining it, but yeah. Anyway, with what happened, I just feel like getting another chow chow, it might kind of keep hitting me with that trauma. And also I feel like, again, I'm only going to judge that dog by Carter. So when it has its own quirks and things, I might be like, well, Carter kissed me when I said kiss, you don't. Whereas I feel like it's good to start a new chapter in my eyes. So I feel like we've been looking at other breeds. For some funny reason, before I got Carter, I was always wanting to get a Pomeranian. And then I ended up going for a chow chow. I just felt like I fell in love with the chow chow when I was like researching online. And obviously I know with chow chows, they were perceived as such a bad dog. And hopefully over my videos and across all my platforms, I changed that perception, which is a big thing actually that a lot of people messaged me when Carter passed away. And that was his legacy will live on, because so many people messaged me saying they got Chow Chows because of us and because of Carter, because we broke that stigma of Chow Chows being a bad dog, because they really weren't. So yeah, my mind keeps going back to that. But before I was going to get Carter, I was going to get a Pomeranian. So we are kind of toying with the idea of getting a Pomeranian, even though I know that they're quite yappy, apparently. Maybe you can tell me different if you have one. But a Pomeranian, or we are thinking of a Pomsky, which is actually a Pomeranian and a Husky mix. Don't ask me who does who, because Pomeranian's tiny and a Husky's big. How does that work? I do not know. But I adore and love Huskies, and Matt adores and loves Pomeranians. So we kind of feel like, great, there's a dog there that is a mix. So we're still not made a decision. I do feel like they're the two at the moment that we've been looking at. And then obviously a Chow Chow is kind of there in my head, but then I just feel like it is time to move forward and move on to a new chapter and let Carter be my Chow Chow I owned, and then we have a different dog. So yeah, it's been one hell of a couple of months. I do feel like in a much better place now, but this video is very random. I just wanted to really come on. And before, I've just been away for New Year's and Christmas to an incredible hotel, well, incredible villa with a hotel, the Bayou Villas. And I do like a room tour and I show you around kind of the most spectacular luxury place I've ever stayed. And we did that for New Year's, and I kind of thought I didn't necessarily want to just come back with a video like that without addressing why I've been gone for 6 months. So I hope this is kind of gave us a fresh start, because it's kind of closed the door on the old, and I'm setting some incredible goals this year. I know I say this every single year, but I want to be better with YouTube. I don't want to put so much pressure on trying to create this really like high-end video. I just want to be raw and real and honest, and kind of take you guys along with me whatever I'm doing, or show you guys some hints and tips on whatever I find out myself. So yeah, I want to try and be better this month. God, is it only going to last that long? This year in 2025. And I also don't want to set high expectations that I can't achieve. So I used to be like, yeah, I'm going to do a video every single week. And I've got a meeting in a minute, a Zoom call, and I'm still in my PJs. I didn't want to say I'm going to do a video every week like I've done before. And I just can't keep up with that, because my life just sometimes isn't that interesting that I have that much to show in the week. So I feel like, then what's the point of picking up the camera? Even though maybe that is what you want to see, just me doing the dishwasher at home. But I want to do every 2 to 4 weeks, do something, unless there's other things going on. So just kind of put content out as things arise. So let me know what sort of content you like here on my YouTube. Do you want me to include more fashion stuff? Do you want me to include more life stuff like this, just lifestyle, some grooming hints and tips? Let me know if you already subscribe to my channel, what you'd want to see. And if you are new here, then click the subscribe button and let me know also what you want to see from my channel. But yeah, there will be a dog coming. So this year as well for YouTube is going to be exciting, because we're going through our surrogacy process, and hopefully we're going to get pregnant this year. We're also hopefully going to be moving house. So that's all going to be exciting, because I think we're going to be doing a renovation project. So we want to buy somewhere where we can make it our own. And then also throw a dog into the mix. So keep your eyes peeled, because a dog may be coming in the next, I'd say 3 to 6 months. So, but thank you guys for watching, and yeah, welcome back to all of us. Why am I saying welcome back to all of us? I was going to say welcome back to myself, but I was like, that's really weird to welcome myself back to YouTube. But I am back. I hope you're happy about it. And yes, my next video, the one that I was talking about, going to Turkey in the Bayou Villas, will be coming very soon. So hopefully you'll like that. And don't forget to like this video. And yeah, I'll see you next week on, not a live video, my video in Turkey. I'm rambling now. I'll see you in my next video.